Season 3 is here, and your lineup got reset. Today we're going to talk about how you can take your team from this to this. Building the best possible team in MLB The Show 24 for the brand new Season 3. And some other stuff in there too. Leave a like down below on this video and subscribe to the channel if you guys enjoy. So the first thing that I want to talk about, you see my team right there. A big conversation has been what the hell exactly is going on with the wild cards, because you notice we've got, 4, and you're not supposed to have 4 yet. If you remember from the developer blog post, they mentioned that you could collect 50 Season 3 cards and you would unlock your 3rd wild card, but you would still have to wait for that additional 4th. Noting once more that wild cards were not supposed to carry over. What you earned in Season 2 wasn't supposed to come for Season 3. But kind of think it does, and we might have had some sort of confirmation. Somebody in my stream mentioned that someone working on the content team mentioned in somebody else's stream that wildcards do in fact carry over in part of a last-minute decision to make the transition to the new season smoother and more accessible for people. If you did not know, of course, MLB The Show has been free on Xbox Game Pass this entire year and for the past 4 years, but also now on PlayStation Plus, it is also free as long as you have the service. So essentially meaning the game on Xbox and PlayStation, 2/3 of the consoles that the game is on, and I'd say 95% of where the game sales exist on those two consoles, the game is free. And with a lot of people not being super happy with the restriction and those cards being taken away, it makes a lot of sense that they would just open up with these wild cards. Meaning that if in Season 2 you unlocked all 4 of the wild cards, those would essentially just carry over and you don't have to earn those again. That seems to be what's going on right now, because I have a paltry 14 cards and I have all 4 wild cards. And it's been a handful of days at this point. I don't think that this is a glitch, and I would think at some point we're going to hear something concrete that this is here to stay. So that, then again, is why my team looks like this. And we have a 99 Judge from Season 1, a 99 George Brett from Season 1 as well, and 2 99s from Season 2, Buck Leonard and Derek Jeter. Now, a big thing we talk about with the brand new season is the cornerstone captains. These 4 different captains, now 93 overalls, which play a significant part in shaping people's teams at the beginning part of the season. You've got this 93 O'Neal Cruz, who is going to boost up power, batting clutch, and speed on Tier 3, and it's going to help out players with 90 arm strength or above. You've got Brandon Lau, who 93 as well, is also going to boost up power, clutch, and 5 fielding ability with hitters under 100 contact for both righty and lefties. And an important distinction to be made there is, yes, both. So contact right and lefties, neither of them can be above. If one is 100, one is anything else, doesn't matter. They're ineligible. Also should note, for any captains, parallels do not make you eligible or do not deem you ineligible for a captain. So let's say Brandon Lau, if he had a parallel boost up to 100 contact right, that would not remove him from eligibility, but you also can't parallel yourself into being an eligible card, if that makes sense. You've got 93 Mike Mussina, a pretty damn good pitcher in his own mark, and he's going to boost Hall of Fame pitchers. You're going to get 12 hits per 9, 15 contact right, 10 BB9, and 15 power left. So yes, this Mike Mussina boosts any Hall of Fame pitcher, whether it's an out of position Randy Johnson in left field, or if it's a starting pitcher Pedro Martinez. They're going to get a boost. And finally, 93 Steven Kwan. Much like Brandon Lau, he's going to boost cards that are kind of held back a little bit. 11 hitters with under 90 power against righties and lefties. You're going to get 15 speed, 15 fielding, 15 contact right, and 15 batting clutch. So, you got 4 captains. Who should he choose? Well, I think it's pretty clear. There's really only 2 to pick from. And in that case, there's really only 1 at this point of the season, and that is Oneil Cruz. I think he's by far and away the best one here. It's a pretty good card on his own right. Of course, he does not have good contact left. The vision isn't tremendous, and the fielding and reaction ratings are lower, but it's a 93 overall card. You kind of come to expect that. Everything else is really good on him, and there's a lot of cards with 90 or higher arm strength that are going to be on your squad, that you want to be on your team, and you're going to get 12 power per side. You're going to get that 10 batting clutch and 5 speed, which is probably just going to be a lot more helpful and beneficial instead of someone like Brandon Lowe or Steven Kwan, who you have to use lesser cards to get the boost. Even right now, in the landscape of where we are in this point of the season, we just began, with how wild cards are, if you have all 4, there's not many options, and certainly not many players that you'd want to use as a wild card that are going to have sub 100 contact both ways, or sub 100 power both ways, whereas you've got Aaron Judge and all of these other outfielders that are going to fit Oneil Cruz. Then you've got third base, all of these options, and that's 4 cards right there. 4 out of the 12 that you're going to need. So including Oneil Cruz, that's already 5 cards of the way there, and you can easily fill in with some other guys that we're going to get from this season. More and more are going to come, but also core Ernie Banks, who has some of the best stats in the game. He's going to get even better with Oneil Cruz. You've got that 95 Mariano Rivera. You see a couple more options here as well, and the more you play, the more you're going to notice that a lot of these guys fit Oneil Cruz. Mike Mussina's not bad. The only problem is there's not that many Hall of Fame eligible pitchers that are out in current Season 3 right now. From the out of position guys, you've got Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson, you've got the Mariano Rivera, you've got a couple there for sure, but you don't have a lot of current in-season actual pitchers, so that might be not great for you, and I just don't think wild cards, especially at this point of the season where the wild cards are going to be higher overalls than what you probably have on your team, 95s in team affinity, for example. I don't think you want to waste your wild cards on pitchers because, again, we've had this conversation before, but let's talk Greg Maddux. If you wanted to wild card him, well, that's all well and good, but you get him for 1 start, and he has to be in your lineup. He has to be in your rotation to actually regenerate that stamina. So you're essentially wasting a wild card for 3 or 4 games while he's going to get back up and ready to pitch again. It's good towards the end of the season when you've got so many position player 99s, it doesn't make a difference. But for right now, I wouldn't spend a wild card on a pitcher. I just don't think it's that useful. Also, I should remind you that you can pick and choose these different cornerstone captains at any given time. So if you do not want Oneil Cruz, you simply take him out of your lineup. And when I say out of your lineup, I mean your event lineup, all 4 of your regular Diamond Dynasty lineups, all of your mini season lineups, because if he's in one, you can't make this exchange, and you're going to say, Gomer, what the fuck, you piece of shit, you lied to me. Well, he's in one of your lineups, okay? Clear him, and then you can exchange him. You go to this pack right here, and boom, you can pick whoever you want. We're going to pick Oneil Cruz again, because I also want to talk about a couple free exchanges or collections that you can make with exchanges. All specify. So go into season collections, and you'll notice that I already have Oneil Cruz collected right here, but you can do this with all 4 of the cornerstones. Even if you don't want to use Brandon Lowe, go and make the exchange to get him, collect him, and you get progress. You see, I don't have Brandon Lowe right now, but he's still collected. The same with Mike Mussina and Steven Kwan. Also, whenever we talk a new season and you don't have the best team out there, take a look at who's supercharged. There's a lot more cards on a day-to-day basis that get supercharged than you would think. And a lot of these guys are great for the lower Cornerstone captains, if you did want to use them, like JJ Bleday, supercharged cards do not take you out of eligibility. So even though the 50 contact boost against righties is going to make him technically ineligible for Brandon Lau, he still counts. That boost is different. I know it's very complicated, but always just make sure you're taking a look to see who's supercharged, because if you're not playing the game quite as frequently as you used to, these guys are great to get your team current and ready to go for rank seasons, conquest, whatever it may be. And with all that, I think we got a fighting chance here in Season 3 of MLB The Show 24. I'm enjoying the new fresh coat of paint. Again, I kind of felt that way in Season 2, and it eventually wore off. It took until about All-Star content break where we started to gear up again and the excitement became there. But I gotta say, the biggest thing for Season 3, and I'll make a video talking about just kind of a yap fest. I'm gonna go to Chicago, so I'll have that as a video to tide over. But I think the biggest thing for Season 3 that they did well is they're making it more accessible. They know where they are right now. There's other games that people are interested in. School's starting back up. I don't know. I just feel nowadays people don't want to just single out and play a Diamond Dynasty and Ultimate Team mode like a job anymore. And they understand that, and they make it a bit easier. They make Team Affinity more accessible to grind. They carry over the wild cards. They're making it less and less cards that you have to collect to get the big name 99 Randy Johnson, the Ricky Henderson, the Jackie Robinson, those cards that you're going to want. And they're doing all of this to just make it more approachable. You know, you don't have to only play MLB The Show anytime you have a chance to get on the Xbox or the PlayStation. You can play this in addition to college football or Madden or FIFA or Call of Duty or Roblox or Minecraft or Tetris. I don't know what the fuck you play. Tell me in the comment section down below. But yeah, I think they're doing a good job with Season 3, and hopefully this helps shape your team a little bit to where you're going to have fun wherever you play, whether it be ranked, conquest, events, doesn't really matter. But thank you guys for watching this one. I really do appreciate it, and you guys have a great rest of your day.